Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mike. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. And today's video will be a Q&A type of video because recently I've been getting lots and lots of questions about all sorts of different topics. And it's really difficult to answer most of these questions just because I don't have the time to reply to all of the messages that I keep getting both on Instagram, in my YouTube comments, by email. So I decided to sum most of these questions into a video and reply to you by doing this type of video. Hopefully that will be interesting and informative to some of you guys. And without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. I have a list of questions and I'll read them from my phone. So first question is it feasible to use a drone for photography only? Yes, I definitely think so. There are so many people who are only interested in drone photography and they don't make videos with their drones. I personally follow a lot of these profiles on Instagram who never post any videos and they have a lot of followers. So of course people are interested in drone photography, so you don't need to get into videography if you're not good at that. You can just stick to photos, you can make it your thing, just pick a nice specific niche of drone photography and just get good at it. That's my advice. Next question. Do you sometimes feel guilty for spending so much time with your gear rather than with your wife? I seriously don't know how to reply to this question, but I had to read it out loud because it made me laugh so hard when I read it for the very first time. But trust me, I am spending enough time with my wife. She's all good with that and with my gear too. But thank you for asking. Next question, which one is better, DJI Mavic 2 Pro or Skydio 2? Comparison video, please. Well, unluckily for you, I don't have the Skydio 2, but I made a video about it with my thoughts, so I urge you to go ahead and watch that video instead. But soon people will start receiving their Skydio 2 drones and there will be plenty of comparison videos between the Mavic 2 Pro and the Skydio 2. Personally, I don't think they can be compared. They do different things, so it's not a fair comparison, but you will start seeing those videos pop up very soon on YouTube. I'm sure about that. The next one is, do you think Mavic Mini is good enough to be used for professional drone photography? I don't think so, because for professional photography, you obviously need raw photos. And as we all know, the Mavic Mini is not capable of taking photos in raw format. So the Spark and the Mavic Mini are definitely geared towards people who have never flown a drone before, for first-time drone flyers, and for people who are extremely new to this hobby. So I wouldn't really say that the Mavic Mini could be used for anything professional, simply because it lacks the professional features that we are seeing in the Mavic 2 Pro, for example. Next question is, are you a Trump supporter? Next question, best frames per second setting to shoot cinematic videos and why? That's easy, 24 frames per second for anything that you want to make look cinematic, simply because that's the standard for every movie that comes out. I've been experimenting with different frames per second settings, but I always come back to 24. 30 seems a bit smoother, but it's just not working that well for me, so I had to go back to 24. And please never, and I mean ever, shoot in 60 frames per second and upload a video in 60 frames per second and put the word cinematic in the title, because it's just ridiculous. The next question is, what do you do for a living? Believe it or not, YouTube is my full-time job. I am trying to get better at making these videos that you are watching, and I try to make a better video than the previous one every single time. I was definitely not comfortable being in front of a camera, especially when I first started, and I was really bad at that. So please don't watch my first videos because they are just cringy as hell. But I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to learn. I started with zero skills with the camera and behind the camera and in front of the camera. So I'm really trying to grow, to learn and to get better and give you the best content that I can. Next question we have is also about the Mavic Mini. Do you think the Mavic Mini is better than the Mavic Air, or we can't compare them? I'm glad you added this last section of the sentence because I don't really think they can be compared. Obviously, DJI has made the Mavic Mini to replace the Spark, so the Mavic Air is in a different category. It shoots RAW, it shoots 4K, so it's a bit more professional, definitely, even though it has less of a battery life, and generally it's a bit older, of course, than the Mavic Mini. The Mavic Mini is not replacing the Air, and I wouldn't really compare the two because they're very, very different. Another person wants to know which one is better, the Mavic 2 Pro or Zoom? That's a difficult question to answer because it all comes down to how much money you're willing to spend and what do you need the drone for. But if I have to choose, I would always go for the Mavic 2 Pro simply because of that camera, the Hasselblad camera with the 1-inch sensor. I know many people are not too happy with the 1-inch sensor on the Mavic 2 Pro, but personally I'm extremely happy with the Mavic 2 Pro, and I would always recommend you to go for that drone instead of the Zoom. So if you have the chance to do so, please go for the Mavic 2 Pro. What specs and features do you want to see in the next Mavic Pro generation? I've been thinking really hard about this lately, especially now that we start hearing some rumors about the Mavic 3 Pro coming in January potentially. So I don't really know what to answer to this question. Of course, better camera specs would be great. But like I said, I'm happy with the Mavic 2 Pro quality, but maybe a small improvement in the camera department would be great. Something that I really want to have on the next generation of the Mavic drones is the ability to fly in the rain. So if the drone is completely waterproof, that would be great. Many people keep saying yes, but even if it's the drone is waterproof, then there will be water droplets on the lens of the camera. Well, maybe if they make a special lens coating that just gets rid of the water droplets somehow, just they don't stick on the lens, they just fall down, that would be great. So if we have a better camera, longer battery life, and this new waterproof feature being added to the Mavic 3, I would be really happy. The next one is, which is the best color grading software with simplicity? There isn't such thing as the best software for editing or color grading because everyone has a different taste, but personally I use Final Cut Pro 10, and if you have a Mac, I think color grading on Final Cut Pro 10 is really easy. And recently I watched a really cool tutorial about color grading, which goes into a lot of depth about color grading, and I highly recommend you to check it out. I'll put it in the description because it's extremely useful, extremely interesting, and very informative as well. So make sure you watch that video and you will learn a lot about color grading. If you're not a Mac user or you simply don't want to spend $300 for Final Cut Pro 10, check out DaVinci Resolve because I keep hearing it's one of the best apps to color grade in, and I personally haven't used it because I'm happy with Final Cut Pro 10, but DaVinci Resolve is another great option and it's free. Hi Mike, when approximately are you getting the Mavic Mini for review? This is very difficult to say because I still don't have news about my Mavic Mini order. As a matter of fact, I can't even order the Mavic Mini in my country, which is some major BS from DJI. For some reason they didn't make it available in Bulgaria and some other European countries, but in the bigger European countries such as Germany, UK, Netherlands, Italy, Spain, France, you can of course order the Mavic Mini with no problems whatsoever. So it's a really weird decision by DJI to make it available in certain European countries and unavailable in other European countries. So for now, I am still waiting on that. I have a little plan made already, but we'll see about that. So hopefully I will get it soon. You will know first when I get it because I will be posting lots of videos on the Mavic Mini because I really believe it's going to be one of those extremely popular drones. So I'll make a lot of content about the Mavic Mini. You can be sure about that. The next question we have is, what was your very first drone? My very first drone was the Phantom 3 Standard. You know, it's funny you're asking me that because just a couple of days ago I was browsing through some old photos and I came across this one, and that's exactly the day when I got my first drone. Funnily enough, I almost crashed on my first flight. I actually turned it upside down when I was trying to land, so I clipped a propeller. So my first flight experience was definitely very scary. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't read the manual properly. I thought I knew a lot about how to fly the drone, but I didn't really know how to land it properly. So It was a mess, but I'm extremely happy that I got this drone as my first one. It was a little bit of a disaster because of the Wi-Fi connectivity, and generally the signal was very poor. I couldn't fly in many of the places where I wanted to fly because of the lack of good signal, but generally it sparked my huge love for flying drones, and I'll definitely remember the Phantom 3 standard with very positive feelings. The next question is, do you have a certain goal at the moment for YouTube and outside of YouTube? I don't have a specific goal on YouTube. I probably need to set a goal and work hard for it, but as of right now, my only goal on YouTube is to get better at making those videos for you guys and establish myself as a useful source of great drone related information. And I want to make videos that are extremely useful, interesting, and good looking, because who doesn't like to watch nice videos, right? So that's my main goal, and I think one of my other goals could be to potentially collaborate with more of the guys from the drone community and generally from the YouTube community, because one of my favorite things about creating videos on YouTube is the friendships that you are able to create with like-minded people, and it's just so amazing to have friends all over the globe. So I would say my two biggest goals are to get better at doing these videos and to collaborate more with creators from all over the world which are passionate about drones as well. So if you're a creator and you want to collab, hit me up, because that could be a great idea for a future video. The next one is, what is your dream destination to film with drones? I would say anything exotic could be great for filming with my drones. My honeymoon was on the Maldives. It was this summer, so I had a great time flying my drone there and filming in general. I made a full video about my experience on the Maldives, and it was honestly one of my absolute favorite videos to make. So if I can replicate a similar type of video, that would be just amazing. So anything exotic is just perfect for me. So to give you a couple of examples, I would say the Maldives, once again, because they have so many different islands, you can never see everything. Bali, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, pretty much anything which can be found in East Asia, I would love to explore with my drone and film there. So yeah, those are my dream destinations as of right now. The next question we have is also regarding the Mavic Mini. It seems people are really crazy about the Mavic Mini. So here it is. Will you get the new Mavic Mini, and which accessories are worth buying for it? Yes, even though I said that I'm having difficulties with ordering the drone, I will get one for sure. I don't know when it's going to come, but I will get one eventually. As far as accessories, I would say ND filters, because as we all know, right now you cannot set your manual video settings in the camera, so the drone is shooting in auto. So to reduce the extremely high shutter speed that the drone is picking out by itself, you need to use ND filters to reduce the shutter speed and allow for a better, more realistic motion blur. Apart from ND filters, I would say batteries are great accessories as well. I'm very simple when it comes to accessories. I only care about improving my video quality and flying more. So those are the two accessories which I can recommend. And the last question we have for today's video is a video question, so let me play that for you.
So very important questions from me. You are one of my best friends, bro, and I want to know, what about you? For me. Tell me, do you love me? Do you like me? Do you hate me? Tell me, I'm waiting for the answer. Thank you.
Yeah, so if you're not aware, this is John from Drone Mood, and he's one of my best friends. We met because of YouTube, and we talk all the time. He's extremely talented. He's also making a lot of videos on his YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, he's uploading a series of videos from his trip to Bali, and these videos are seriously insane, so you need to go ahead and watch them. I'll link his channel into the description. But to answer the question, you already know, bro, you're one of my best friends, and I do love you. I love talking to you, and I love sharing my ideas and just discuss different topics with you. So it's a real pleasure to find one of my best friends because of what I do here on YouTube. So How cool is that? And I think that's everything that I have for today's video. It's been a real pleasure to put these questions into a video and to answer all of them. Well, not all of them, I had a lot more, but these are all the questions that I had time for in today's video. So with that being said, I want to thank you for asking your questions. I hope you had fun watching this video, because I certainly did have fun making this video for you guys. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see some really epic videos coming your way very soon. I have something very special planned, but stay tuned for that. Anyway, this is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you very soon. Take care.